Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AOR F2, brought to you by Hype Energy and also Elgato. After Britain last time out, when we saw KJ Gamer grab the win and Zero grab second, that does now mean we have a change in championship, with Zero currently on 82 points, leading away from its Ollie on 72, and KJ Gamer only a little bit behind. However, let's get on to the track, shall we? Today we are at Hungary for round number 7. I believe 14 corners around here, and it's such a great track as well. A lot of downforce needed. But now let's move on to who I have joining me in the comm box. Is Jess, as always.
Hello. I see it's going to be a very interesting race, I think. We saw what happened last time out in the last race. And I think it's going to be some very interesting competition, I think. Strategy, I think, is going to play some key points into this race as well. They've got to be very careful. And it's quite long laps this time. No, bigger laps this time. So I think they just need to be more aware when they go into turn 1, because turn 1 usually can be quite tricky. But the most important thing at the moment is qualifying. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. They've got to get good position, obviously, in order to get a good start into turn 1.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of laps here today. A lot of laps, I can say that for sure. As we have got the first couple of cars coming out now, trying to find out the first person out. I don't know, I believe it's Ierson Verstappen in the Renault there. So stay on board with Verstappen. Wonder if he can get a better qualifying than the actual Verstappen. We can say that. Hopefully he doesn't crash out.
No, I hope not as well. As you probably tell in third practice, and not real life Formula 1, Verstappen crashed out. But he actually recovered in real life. He didn't do too bad. I think he was 9th, I think. So hopefully ESR Verstappen can probably do better than the real life Verstappen, but we'll just have to find out. Now, I think the only ones not setting a fastest lap not setting a lap at the moment is Hayden and Mills. They're still in the pits. I think MPV0 is on a lap as well as, yeah, and a Verstappen as well. So he's just about to start his flying lap. As he's going through the start-finish straight, he's starting to begin that lap. So who do you think is going to do well today? Because I think
you can't look at the leaders, let's say. So obviously we've got Zero and KJ and Smithson all up there. So I think we can expect them for sure. But Verstappen showed he's got some good pace. Vodka shot as well. I mean, these guys are quick. There's no doubt in saying that. You know, I'll just stick on board with Verstappen now. Obviously just through turn 3. In this track, it's not easy. I know the dreaded turn 5 corner. It's like if you get a tiny bit on the curb there, you can just spin out. But he's managed to stick as far away as he can now. Coming up to turn 6 and 7, very easy to corner cut. That's sort of this track's main little feature, and sadly a bit of a downhill for drivers through 8 and 9, and then coming up to turn 10 and then 11. Sadly, you can't really take this flat out. Depends on the downforce you are using. And then just starting sector 3 now, coming to turn 12. Nice and smooth from the Renault. And coming up to turn 13, only 2 corners to go now. Nice little swooping left-hander here. And now approaching the final corner of 14, which is like just a swooping right-hander. You've got to get the good exit for the straight. And they seem to have done that quite well. So let's see what's the first time on the board. It's a 17.3 for the Renault driver. And then 17.9 for Zero. So a couple attempts behind. I feel like Zero's got a bit more to give. But in terms of tyres, everyone's on the super softs. As we have Fluffy Pillow in the Sauber's round. I don't know how he has done this, the man in the Sauber. But he's completely facing the wrong way. This is sector, I believe this is just out of turn 11.
Ooh. Yeah,
He's just parked up. He's got to try and get back on track here.
Yeah.
And he's going to struggle.
As you can see, there is yellow in sector 3, so people setting their laps now have got to be very slow. So it probably does compromise the ones that are setting their laps now. So the ones who've already set their laps probably did the right decision. And Ollie just set a fastest lap there with a 1:17.2. So that's the provisional pole at the moment. All of them separating very close between the top, let's say the top 6, all separated by between 1/10 and about 8/10 of a second. So I think any of the top 6 can get poles today. I think any of them has a lot of things to in them. I think Zero is one to watch out for, and possibly finish player as well, and Verstappen. So any of those I think can get pole.
100%. You can't rule out anyone. Finish player had quite a bad race at Britain. I believe he actually disconnected from it, and he's up there in the running. So he needs some good points here just to sort of get back into that championship fight. But it can happen. It's so easy for any drivers to make mistakes. As I just saw someone nearly have a bit of a moment, but sadly I jumped back off them. But everyone seems to be doing their runs. I think a lot of people actually validated. I think Jamie could have been one, along with Mills, and potentially even Franglish as well, who is down on his previous time. Hayden is up on his time as well, so still a couple of guys to set their times. As Team Vodka Shot, 17-1 from the Haas. We were talking about his pace and how he's got it, and a good lap from him. Also an improvement from, well, EVR Franglish. He has set a 17.6 heads go P6 at the minute. Mills has crossed the line, and he's currently bottom with an 18.915. But then Jamie comes along with an 18.917. So 2,000 between the two of them there. And now it's just Hayden to do a lap. And then obviously we've got KJ Gamer and Fluffy Pillow who are in the pits, and we'll give it a go on their second run. So we'll see what the Williams can do now after going through turn 13. Will he complete his lap? He does seem to be. So coming around the final corner now, where can the Williams slot his car into the grid? Where's it going to be? It's 7th at the minute, so literally in the middle from where he was, being in P14. So, you know, good work from the Williams, and maybe he's got a couple more attempts to find in this second run. But I believe no one else is on the lap.
No, I don't think
unless
no one is
Mills
on
and
the lap.
Jamie are giving it a go.
Now, I'm not going to rule out KJ Gamer, because even though he hasn't set the lap, he's been very consistent in terms of qualifying pace. So maybe he's just saving it out for the last lap, and then he will shock us all like he's done in the last few qualifying, because I think sometimes he hasn't set a lap to the final moment and he gets pole. So this could happen, but you never know. So Team Vodka Shot can't get a bit too complacent. So I think Franglish is still on a lap at the moment. Oh nope, he's just going to the pits. So everyone's gone to the pits at the moment, but I won't be surprised if a few people start to go out. If they want to set laps, I suggest that KJ Gamer and Fluffy Pillar need to go out like now and set a lap time, because otherwise they'll start last, and that one won't be good for KJ Gamer, especially if he wants to be in the championship fight. Williams did very well in Britain, a 1-2 for the Williams duo. They were both happy with it last time round, and maybe Hayden can capitalise that, either get a good strategy, but we'll see. We'll have to find out, considering it's a 35 lap race, only because the laps are shorter. That is why. So they need to stretch out their tyres a little bit. Oh, we just seen Oasis coming out to do it on his out lap, and so is Fluffy Pillow. So those are the only ones on the out lap at the moment. So those are the only two. No sign of KJ Gamer though. That is a bit surprising. Do you think there's something wrong with him?
To be honest, I think he's just waiting for the session to die down a bit. However, the risk in doing that, obviously Fluffy Pillow, what I think his plan will be, is to go out there, set a lap as sort of a banker, then maybe give it another go, just to make sure he's got a time. But with KJ Gamer, from waiting out, he could get a couple of attempts from just a track sort of getting that wear in it, and obviously everything heating up. So I think he's going to take quite a big risk, because if he messes up, that's him done. However, he is coming out the pits now. The man in the Williams has exited the pits, so he's obviously heard what we were saying and has decided to dive it out, as Oasis in the Ferrari is starting his brand new lap. However, I think it's probably best to stay on board with the Sauber of Fluffy Pillow, see what he can do, obviously on his first sort of time.
Exactly. As he goes through the first corner now, he's onto the DRS straight. There's a car right behind him. Franglish is slowing down for the Sauber, so Franglish did a very good job of keeping out of the way. Luckily, there are plenty of spots to be keeping out of the way in Hungary, but in some places like Monaco, you can't really do that. So lucky he did that. Oh, he went. There was a bit of lag spike from Fluffy Pillow, or it might be just my Xbox. I don't know, but that's compromised his lap a little.
He's invalidated his lap time.
Yeah, it's probably because he's lagging and he's slowing down as well. So let's see who else we can follow. I think Oasis is also on a lap as well, as he's the one closest to the start finish straight at the moment. So we're going to stay on board with that. But maybe Fluffy Pillow can get a time on the board. he has one more go to get a time on the board. I think he can do it, but we'll see. So as Oasis goes through the start-finish straight, what time can he get? He is 8th place with a 1:17.7. So already the top 11, all 1:17. So extremely close this time around. So it'll be interesting to see who gets pole. I think some people have in time for another lap. Yeah, I don't think Oasis is doing another lap because he's slowing down. I think everyone else on the lap. I'm just going to see how KJ Gamer is on the middle of his lap at the moment. I'm just seeing who else is finishing his lap. Mills is finishing his lap. Mills is staying where he is. And Zero, where's Zero? Oh, there he is. As he's going through the
straight at the minute.
Yeah, as he's going through the penultimate corner of the start-finish straight. Let's see what time he can get. Hopefully he can find a bit more time. But if he doesn't, he'll still have one more go to set another flying lap. And he's got third, so not too bad from MPV0. That's a good position at the moment. But we'll just have to wait to see if he can find a bit more time. I think he only needs to find a few more tenths and then he could get pole. We're just going to see how KJ Gamer is doing. Is he going to start-finish straight? And yeah, the commentator's curse has worked out actually good because he's actually got pole. So I was right there that he was just waiting until the last moment for setting pole. That's like the second or third race in a row he's done that. So his qualifying pace must be very, very consistent in dry conditions. Not sure what it's like in the wet, but it is very, very good in the dry. So maybe there could be some people a bit that can beat him. Oasis is still in the pits, and Franglish has just gone faster with a one, and then Finnish player's gone faster with a 1:16.9, so into the 1:16s at the moment. I wasn't expecting them to go into the 1:16, so very, very good from Finnish player. I wasn't one of the leading players in the championship, so I was kind of expecting one of them to beat KJ Gamer, but we're not ruling out Vodka Shot, Ollie, and MPV0 or Verstappen either. Any of them can get pole. Any of the top 7, I think, can get pole. We'll just have to wait to see who does it. I think, Franglish has gone a bit wide, so I don't think he'll be getting provisional pole. So maybe he could stay second, but he just went a little bit. He's gone wide again. I think his lap is invalidated. I didn't see what happened, but yeah, he's got a bit of debris on his tyres. KJ Gamer's not going to get pole, so he's not going to get pole, which is a bit surprising. He's in P2, and someone's actually beaten KJ Gamer Apex 97 with a 1:17 flat. I'm just going to see who else is on track to beat possibly Finnish player. We'll find out. We've got Verstappen's retired, so he won't be saying another lap. Vodka Shot could possibly be the one who can beat him, but we'll have to find out. Ollie's just set another fastest on 1:16.9. So I think the track is getting a bit more grip at the moment on these super softs. So I think the super softs are the way to go. And as he goes, let's just follow Team Vodka Shot then. As he goes through the start-finish straight, can he get pole? No, he stays 6th. And MPV0 is not. So it looks like Ollie is going to be on provisional pole. So wasn't expecting him to get pole, but he's done a lot of practice, so not really that surprised from Ollie.
Yeah, good lap from the McLaren. It's just so close between everyone. I mean, from first just down to P6, really, only around 2 tenths in it. That just shows the pure competition there is here, and it is incredible. You can just go back, well, from the 16.9 that Smithson or Ollie did set, going just down the grid to like a 17.9, so obviously being a second away is from 1st to 13th. So there's only a second between everyone there, but just the little gaps between like Franglish and KJ Gamer and Apex as well. It just shows how if you just take it like a corner, just a tiny bit different to get that extra bit of time, it can matter so much in terms of qualifying. But it looks to be quite an interesting race. Apex in the Mercedes, quite a surprising one up there. But overall, it's been quite a good qualifying session, and I hope the race can sort of jump up to its potential and give it all.
I think a lot of people have been practicing in Hungary earlier on today, and I think a lot of people are actually liking Hungary. So yes, it's going to be very close between the drivers. Hopefully they can take it clean into turn 1. They've got to be very, very careful and don't be too aggressive. But hopefully we can see I'm hoping to see battles with the leading front this time, because there wasn't many battles last time in Britain. There was only mainly battles for the midfield. So I want to see battles between the top 2, top 3 or something, just to make things interesting. Obviously we'll try and follow the battles from all the way down the field as it happens, but hopefully we can see the leading bunch battle through. So everyone has just completed their lap. So yeah, Ollie's on pole for the Hungarian Grand Prix. There we go. So all of them separating by 8 tenths of a second between 1st and 11th. So it shows how extremely close it is between everyone. I've never seen it that close before in races, but it is one of the top splits, so people could expect to be that close. Let us know your thoughts in the chat, who you think is going to win. There might be a few fans in the chat that you know who's going to win. And don't forget, we are sponsored by Hype Energy, and there's still a competition. If you want to retweet AOR's latest tweet, you could win some Hype Energy bottles, and the winners will be announced in the other Xbox One stream. So if you want to check that out, just retweet on Twitter. Let's see what the weather is. Oh, it
looks dry, but it doesn't at the same time. There seems to be. It looks like it could rain. I don't know if you can see that as well.
I think it could rain. It's similar conditions.
It's going to be.
Similar conditions.
Oh, no, I was just, to be honest, it's going to be just so. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, similar conditions to Monaco. I think it started a bit cloudy. We thought it was going to rain, but it actually didn't rain in Monaco in real life. So that was a bit of lucky for them. So we're just waiting for the drivers to be ready up, and I'll hand over to Josh for the start.
Thank you. Yes, it will be interesting with the weather. It always plays a huge factor. So, you know, it may change people's strategies as well, especially if they're starting outside the top 10. Obviously, in the top 10, they were all on super softs because that's what everyone qualied on. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AOR F2. And we are 5 red lights. We are underway, and there's actually a drive-through penalty for 0 off the start. So the Haas is going to make a lot of ground, but he's going to have to serve that, and he's nearly going to be leading into turn 1 there. However, Smithson's going to go defensive, even though 0 has jumped up so many positions, but he's going to have to serve the drive-through. But everything seems nice and clean. Currently, a bit of forcing out wide for the Mercedes of Apex. But yeah, going back to 0, made a lot of ground, but with the jump start, a lot of ground being made from the Verstappen up the inside, Vodka Shot and Hayden. Some good ground made from the Renault there. It does seem that there's been no damage. However, I don't want to jinx it. Oasis in the Ferrari. Oh, Jamie's had to brake quite early, just so he doesn't run into the back of him. But going towards the leaders, everything seems to be sort of relaxing out, you could say. But Verstappen, he's made some good ground. 0 with the jump start is really going to cost him in his championship fight here. Obviously got the lights just a little bit wrong, and that will cost him towards the end of the race, as he's going to have to serve it. Whether it's now or in a couple of laps, it's all about his choice. However, I wouldn't be surprised if he does just dive in. But Smithson, he's got away quite well, 6 odd attempts to 0. But his main sort of challenger is Finnish player behind, due to 0 going to have to pit. Will he decide to do it now? We'll have to wait and see that.
No.
He
Oh, yes.
does. No, he does. He couldn't decide himself, but he's going to serve that and let everyone else sort of just close in on the gaps. Apex quite sort of sitting behind Finnish player here in the Force India, but is he close enough for a move going into turn 1? It's the main opportunity to get a move done, but he hasn't decided to go for a dive bomb just yet. But he's got the Williams of KJ Gamer just sat behind him. But from 1st to 5th, there's been no changes. But further down, Verstappen's jumped 3, Herschel in the Renault. Both Renaults have made some incredible ground. Herschel's up 5 positions, Verstappen's up 3. So clearly some good work from the boys in the banana car. But further down the field, everything seemed to be nice and clean. No damage that I've spotted between the car. The Ferrari boring shot nearly spinning out there. Vodka Shot all over the back of the Renault after his good start. But the poor start from the Haas, both Haases struggling of 0 and Vodka Shot. Herschel has just cut the sort of corner there of turn 6. However, everything seems to be kept nice and clean. I don't know if you spotted anything, Jess, for, around the field.
Not at the moment, but the gaps are pretty equal between all of them actually. So we could have some very interesting battles. We're seeing a bit of spray on the track. I'm not sure if you're seeing it, but I'm seeing a bit of spray on the track. So I think we could get some rain at some point. But I see a bit of blue in the sky. So hopefully this could stay on the track. I'm just looking at the tyres actually. And I think all of them on the super softs with a few on the softs. So very, very interesting strategies. Herschel, I think, is the only one on the softs, and Oasis as well. So alternate strategy for the Renault and the Ferrari drivers. But everyone else wants to stay on the fastest tyre so they can get cleaner laps possible. So we got Team Vodka Shot on the back of Herschel there, as he is trying to get some more opportunities to dive, but he's just missed it. So he's got to wait for a few opportunities. I'm just seeing who else battles are there as well. We've got Boeing Shut It getting close to the Haas of Team Vodka Shot as well. So all very, very close between all of them. KJ Gamer's making up some ground as well. But already Ollie is doing very well at the front. Very, very impressive. MPV0, due to him serving his penalty, is now at the back of the field. But because he has pitted early, maybe he could gain an advantage if the rest of the field pit and the gaps are staying like they are now. So this could play an advantage for him, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think the DRS is enabled, so it's giving an opportunity for the Haas to go down. As he goes down the inside, he's trying to squeeze as he goes through to turn 1. Let's see if he can make it stick. Oh, that was almost clean there, but I think Team Vodka Shot almost had it. He's going to get given another chance. We'll just have to wait and see. Yep, I think he's got it. Yep, he is up a position now. He's up into P8. Some great overtaking there. That's the only overtaking moves I've seen at this stage.
We've got a battle from P2 downwards. Apex got past finish player into turn 1. Everyone's sort of making a little bit of mistakes, but Franglish is all over the back of KJ Gamer. But Apex with the DRS assistant into turn 1, just one on the inside of finish player and got the move sort of nice and done there. But KJ Gamer seems to be struggling a little bit after qualifying, where he looks so strong. But it doesn't seem that in the race his tyres are coming alive. He did run wide on the previous lap, just at that corner he was at now, and it allowed Franglish just to gain to him. But Verstappen's there as well, just on the back, and Hayden in the other Williams, not that far behind. So I don't know if it's team orders from KJ trying to slow these guys down so his teammate can potentially try and get them. But Ollie is 2.6 seconds away from Apex now, and it looks like this could be his race. But don't want to jinx anything. I think finish play is a bit too far away on Apex to use any slipstream or DRS. However, but could one of these guys further down? Franklin is looking on the inside of KJ Gamer. He's just run wide completely. The Toro Rosso is nearly in the wall, and he's lost his positions just ridiculously here. Down into P7. He's potentially going to lose P8 as well to the Haas Vodka Shot. Franglish is going to try and keep it on the inside here, being squeezed ever so slightly, but the Haas has managed to keep it. But what can a Toro Rosso do? He's going to now look on the outside. Can he get the move done here? It's going to be hard. This corner is not really known for overtaking, but he seems to have backed off. But yeah, bad mistake. Oh, someone's round. Hayden's round.
Oh no!
So Williams has just spun.
Yeah,
turn 5 to turn 6.
I think he got a bit of contact with a few people. I'm just seeing if he's got a few damage to his front wing. It looks like he's got no damage. I think he just spun, so he was quite lucky there. So yeah, that was a bit lucky from that driver. So yes, so that was actually a bit sad for Hayden, because he was on for a very good start. But I think he just went a bit too wide there. I think he locked up, causing him to spin a little bit. So yes, so we're on lap 5 of this Hungary Grand Prix with Ollie in the lead, pulling up a bit of a gap, 3.1 seconds. He's gaining like a second a lap, so already he's dominating his Grand Prix. I can tell he's been practicing. He's doing very, very well, trying to make sure he can increase his gap. Oh, Franglish has left the session. Franglish has left the session. He's disconnected, I think, but hopefully he can join us very soon. So I think he can join because he disconnected. But Apex is under pressure with Finish Player. As Finish Player is nearly at the back of Apex, as he's 8 tenths a second adrift. So So extremely close. And Apex is trying to close to Ollie as well. So under pressure for both of them. But already Jamie is gaining positions due to the fact Frangwish is going down the order because of the fact he's disconnected. So that was a bit of a shame from him because he was on for a good start as well. So I think the gap between Apex and Ollie is closing a bit now. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing a bit of spray in the track, so it could rain. So they got to be careful how they manage their tyres. But again, we don't know what the weather's like in the commentary box, unfortunately. Only the drivers get some weather updates, so we will just have to wait and see.
Verstappen's in.
Oh, Verstappen.
He's got front wing damage on the front left. I believe it happened last lap into turn 1. I think he hit KJ Gamer sort of by accident. You know, he was going to look for a move, but just sort of hit the back of him, and I believe that's when he lost his front left. But obviously diving it in nice and early. What tyres will he go on? Because this could determine whether there's rain. Is it?
Super soft.
I believe it's another set of super soft.
No,
it's mediums.
It's mediums.
So this could mean that there's no rain.
We'll have to find out. But again, the weather is unpredictable this game. It could be no rain for a bit, and then it could rain, and it could dry up a bit. So we'll just have to wait and see how they manage their tyres a little bit. Yeah, Zero's got another penalty. So Zero is not doing too good with penalties at the moment, so they're not looking too good for him. So I think the closest battle at the moment is between third and fourth and fifth. From KJ Gamer, hopefully we'll be closing up to the the Force India or Finnish player. Finnish player is also
Zero spun.
Oh no, Zero has.
The Haas has had a moment.
Yep, he is losing his core, I think, at the moment in Hungary. I think it's not his strongest track at the moment. Yes, Frangwish has joined, so thank goodness Frangwish is going to continue this race. Hopefully he can make positions up. I really hope he does, because it's a shame that he's DC'd, but thank God we've got him back. So welcome back, Frangwish. So hopefully he can gain these positions. So as KJ Gamer, 9/10 a second adrift between him and the Finnish player. Both of them are championship contenders, so I think both of them want to be ahead of each other, but they got to be very, very careful as well. So I think they're all closing up between him and second place as well. So I think the top 4 are going to be extremely close. So it's all to play for. Also, it'll be interesting to see who pits when. Who will be the first one of the leading bunch to pit? Because then it would trigger the reactions of the other drivers. So who will be brave enough? I think Ollie will probably want to stretch it. I know Ollie will probably want to stretch it out for a little bit, but I expect the others would want to pit way before that. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I am definitely seeing spray on the track, so that it could rain, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, you know, the weather, it looks very, very cloudy out there, so maybe it will start raining very soon. However, we never know. It could rain in a lap or not, but we have someone pitting. The Ferrari of Boring shut it on lap number 8, well, lap number 9 now. He's decided to dive it in, so an interesting call from him. Probably going to do super softs to mediums. He hasn't got any damage, so this is a legitimate call, unless he's going to try to do the 2-stop, which I believe he actually is. He's going on to the set of softs. Now, if he wants to do super softs to softs, there is no way he'll be able to take it this far. If he can, that is an incredible move. But we have a battle going on with Herschel and Tappan, the Renault and the McLaren. I believe they actually sort of went side by side last time into turn 2. But they seem to be back at it. Obviously, Herschel on a set of softs here. So he's in a good position being in P6. So keep an eye on him for the end of the race, trying to potentially get one of his best performances this season. However, due to the battling, Oasis, the other guy on the set of soft tyres, one of the Ferraris, has been closing to them, and then Jamie's only 2 seconds behind and is gaining. However, towards the front with Smithson and Apex, the gap, which was around 3.1 seconds, is now 1.6, and the Mercedes can see that McLaren now in front of him. So I'm not too sure what's happened with Smithson, but he's in. He's diving in. He's actually run wide in the pit, which could cost him massively. Nearly into the wall, spinning there into the pit entrance. So this is really going to cost him. He's going to try and maybe go for like an undercut just to get some more time back on the guys in front. Will they retaliate? on the next lap. But what strategy is it for Smithson? What tyres will he go on?
Softs.
It is a set of softs. So does this mean there'll be rain soon? Or is he going to go for the 2-stop?
We'll have to wait and see. And if you probably haven't noticed, but Ollie did get a few penalties. So I think that's why he is under pressure a little bit. So I think he had a 3-second time penalty. So that's why he was losing a bit of time. So, but hopefully he can get some time back, because not many of the leading bunch have made a stop yet. Only the ones have had damage or have pitted yet. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. I think Boy and Shot is the only one who hasn't had damage, and Ollie the ones who have pitted. So we got to keep an eye on Apex and Finish Player now, as they're closing up to see when they're going to pit. But I think some of them will want to go on to 1-stop. We'll have to wait and see. But they know what the weather's like. If they pit onto softs, it could be rain. But we'll see. I'm just seeing if... no, he's not going to the pits. I don't think any of the top 3 are heading to the pits at the moment. So I think they're going to go out for one more lap, and then they're probably going to pit. Which I think they probably might go on to the mediums if the weather's going to stay like this to last to the end of the race, I think. Or they're going to wait for a few more laps and then just have to wait and see. And we already got Oasis on the back of another McLaren of Taypan as he is closing up a little bit. And Ollie has just gained a few positions there as well. So already Ollie gaining on the field. Boy Shutter doing very well on the soft tyre. Just setting up a fastest lap there. We're just seeing how this... And we already got the Ferrari of... we already got the Ferrari closing up as well. And Jamie's closing up as well. So very, very interesting battles between the midfield runners today. I like these battles. They make it very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting tyre strategies, I think, from everyone, I think. Again, we'll just have to wait and see what the weather does, but it could be unpredictable in this game. And Zero, another penalty. He must be in loads of penalties today. I don't think Zero's going to do very well this race. He's got I think it's a damage limitation race for him, do you think?
Yeah, he was actually just side by side with Hayden. Currently a bit of a battle going on. So Smithson got past Hayden into turn 1, as we have got some pitters further on. But the Haas of Zero is going to try and look on the inside of the Williams now into turn 12. He hasn't managed to get the move at the minute. He will probably try for the straight. Both of these guys on a set of super softs. So unless someone dives it in, which I believe actually the Williams is of Hayden. So that battle sadly fallen away from us. But the pitters, we have got Apex and Finish Player. So both of the sort of 2 leaders that we have. But Smithson setting the fastest time, and he's got out nicely in front, and quite a fair gap now from what it was of around 1.6 seconds. It's gone up to 2.3. So Smithson's sort of plan of a bit of a undercut, it's managed to work for him. But Zero's going to play quite a crucial part to him, because he's sort of splitting this Mercedes and Force India. Obviously both the 2 who have pitted. So if Zero can try and catch up to Apex and battle away with him, that will stretch the gap out to Smithson, who is in technically the lead, obviously due to pit stops. At the minute, we still have people who are staying out, like Oasis and the Ferrari closing up to the McLaren.
I think everyone that's pitted so far, bar Verstappen, has pitted onto the softs. So I think most of them will probably want to go on the 2-stop, unless they can make the softs last to the end of the race. I don't think they can, but it has proved in some races that they can last the softs to the end of the race, but the grip can be lost at those times. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see for that one. So I think if the front runners want to gain as much positions as they can, KJ Gamer's got pit soon, but I think he's trying to manage that gap first before he pits, because you don't want to pit too late, because if it does rain, then you could pit like too soon of each other. So you've got to split your pit stops between each other. So I'm suggesting they pit now before they lose too much grip on the super softs. I think they must be on like 40-50% tyre wear at the moment. We already have Oasis closing up onto the McLaren. So both of them very, very close indeed. Ollie already making their way up. Jamie doing not too bad at the moment. But has he pitted? I need to check if he's pitted. I don't think he
hasn't.
No.
Not at the minute.
No. No, so, but I think he's not doing too bad at the moment. So the top 5 haven't pitted, and the only midfield runners that haven't pitted are Jamie and MPP0. Those are the only midfield runners that haven't pitted, who are in the bottom. So the others have pitted, and there's quite a lot that haven't pitted. So we just have to wait and see what they do, because again the weather could change. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter. Let us know your favourite bits. Again, we're powered by Hype Energy, sponsored by Elgato. This is AOR Xbox F2. We're live in Hungary today. Already shaping up to be quite a close race, as I think we got a few more pitters. Team Vodka Shot is pitting. He's also going onto the softs. Taipan's also pitted. Let's see where he's going. He's going on to a super softs. I didn't catch what tyres he was on before, but I think he was on the softs before. So I think, yeah, he's going on to the softs. But I think he could last up to lap 30 in these tyres. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm quite surprised KJ Gamer hasn't pitted yet. But again, he is making up a really good gap between himself and second place. Ollie doing very well, trying to catch up to the field as well, as he's not too far off Oasis at this moment in time, trying to catch up to him. I think that's the only battles that are going on at the moment. The rest of them are stretching, mainly because most of them have pitted. So it's interesting, Verstappen has made 2 stops, so he must have had a bit more contact earlier on in the race. So I think the last pit stop he just made will probably last till the end of this race, but it depends if it rains or not. Oh, KJ Gamer has pitted. KJ Gamer has pitted. He's made the call. He has pitted. So, and MPP0 has got another time. Oh, he's not doing very well. Right. Yep, he's also going on to the softs. Everyone's going on to the softs. But can this last till the end of the race if he's pitted now? We'll have to find out. Maybe it can, because I think a few of the soft runners have lasted until this lap, so it could happen. But he's dropped down into P9. But again, Jamie, the likes of Jamie, Oasis and Herschel haven't pitted yet, so I think he could go on into the top 5 at this rate. So it looks like when Herschel and Oasis pit, it looks like Ollie will be in the lead of this race at the moment. So again, good strategy call from him at this moment, but we're all going to see if they're doing a 1-stop or a 2-stop. If they're doing a 1-stop, I think it could be interesting, because they need to see how they manage their tyre. They've got to conserve it a little bit, so it would be interesting.
Yeah, I think strategy is going to be a huge factor here. I think a lot of guys may have pitted too early to do a 1-stop. I think KJ Gamer is really the only one who could do it, along with Herschel and Oasis, due to starting on a soft, but it depends when they decide to pit. Tappan and McLaren did actually start on a set of super softs, so he's obviously looking to do 2 sets of supers, then a set of the soft tyres. But a little battle between Jamie and finish player. The Red Bull of Jamie, even though he hasn't pitted yet, still trying to defend that position, but he is diving it in now. But we do have a little battle forming from P7 downwards with Boring Charlotte, Team Vodka Shot and KJ Gamer. All of these guys have pitted, so this is just for position at the minute. But for Smithson and Oasis into turn 1. So we've got 2 battles going on at once, but the Ferrari is on the outside of the McLaren as it stands, but Smithson's going to have the inside line, and the Ferrari sort of spun a bit into turn 2 there. Into turn 3, who's going to have the better run? It does seem to be the Ferrari. He's on the back of Smithson. He's going to look on the inside, but he's decided to back out. That's the right call into turn 4, and this is going to allow Smithson to get away. Further down the field, though, Team Vodka Shot, he's looking on the outside going into turn 4. It's always a risky move to do it, but will KJ Gamer benefit from this? He's got his nose just there, and he's going to try to look on the outside into turn 5. This could be an incredible move from the Williams if he can get it done. But he's just about got it, but the Haas is still there. He's going to try hold on, but KJ Gamer's got it. The Haas is running to the back of him, but KJ Gamer, he's got the move done. A great move from the Williams, and now he's going to be on his charge for the Ferrari of Boring Shutter. He's going to want to try and make some ground here, but good work from him. Apex in the Mercedes all over the back of Oasis, the man who did start on a soft, so his tyres are going to be dead, but he's diving it in. The man in the Ferrari. And watching people come into the pit this entire race, the amount of people who have been spinning into it has been a sight to see. However, due to the slipstream and the DRS, will there be some changes from P6 downwards? But it will be P5 now due to Oasis pitting, so even more points up for grabs. However, I don't think any of these guys are close enough unless they're going to go for last minute and a late minute dive bomb, which no one seems to be doing at the moment. However, they are just even closer than they were on that previous lap. But no one is close enough to try and get some ground. But KJ, he's getting this pace back, and he's sort of showing why he's one of these front runners and why he needs to be up there.
Yes, definitely. He's gaining up a lot of positions. I think I saw Wacers just pitting, and he's got, I think, if I was correctly, he was on the set of mediums. So he's one of the only ones on the mediums at this stage. Interesting tyre strategy for him, but I think a race is on a one stop. I think if he's going on a set of mediums, if he wants to last to the end of this race, so this could be a good strategy call. But again, you never know. If you could be on the faster tyre and still gain more position, but we'll have to find out. Oh, we're following
KJ Gamer on the inside.
Yeah, we are catching this battle as well. So KJ, oh, we got KJ Gamer, Team Vodka Shot, and Boring Shut It, a three-way battle. Oh, this is going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. Boring Shut It has the advantage because he's at the front at the moment, all in DRS range at this moment. On the start, finish straight. Team Vodka Shot is trying to make sure that to catch any mistakes. KJ Gamer almost gained a position there, but I think he had to back out a little bit there, and so did Team Vodka Shot. Extremely close between those three drivers. All of them very, very close indeed. All of them on the same tyre, actually. So this is going to be prove to be a very even battle at this stage. Looks like the weather is brightening up, so it looks like it's going to stay as it is. And I think it'll probably be a few people pitting soon at this rate, because it is not going to rain. It looks like it's brightening up from them, but also we'll have to wait and see. As Team Vodka Shot is over on the back of KJ Gamer, squeezing past. Another clown of tape, and it's not too far either. So soon it'll be proving to be a four-way battle for 5th place. So extremely close. Oh, and we have Taper, and who just went a bit wide there. So that was not good from him at this stage. But as they all go through the penultimate corner, I think they get another chance for them to overtake with the start, finish straight. They've got to be very careful as they go through that in order to avoid any contact. All the people, I think, who have started this race are still in this race. That is good. So we have no retirees yet, touch wood. But we'll just have to find out. As KJ Gamer's on the outside, always as the Ferrari squeezes in. I'm just seeing who, and I think it looks like KJ Gamer has got the position. Yes, KJ Gamer's got the position, but it's not over. He's under pressure from Team Vodka Shot, the Ferrari, as the Vodka Shot is trying to squeeze him past into the Ferrari. But it looks like the Ferrari has still keeping position, but he is still under pressure at the moment. So what a move from KJ Gamer as he's going up the field, and now he's going to try and close into finish player, which is he is about 4.1 seconds adrift at the moment, but he's got to gain like 1 second a lap, I think. But oh, KJ Gamer's gone. Oh, I think I just saw someone. One Williams went wide. It might be KJ Gamer, but I think he's recovered it a little bit. I did see someone went wide. It might have been Hayden, but I don't know. But
it was a Tapan dived up the inside of Vodka Shot into turn 6 and sort of just hit the side of him and then spun out. But there was two battles going on at once, so Smithson has actually grabbed the lead. He grabbed it past Herschel, and then Apex and Herschel into turn 2 were side by side, and then Apex came out on top. Obviously, both Apex and Herschel haven't pitted yet. Oh no, Apex has, sorry. And so Apex, where he has pitted, is on the back of Smithson, as we have yellow flag sector 2, which is Verstappen, the man in the Renault. He had a good start, but now his race is sort of just going downhill. But Apex, all over the back of Smithson, so his strategy has really paid off here. But looking further down the grid, Vodka Shot still trying to get past this Ferrari. Boring Shut It. He's been weaving all around. He's switching on the inside. A bit of contact between the two.
Yeah, very, very, very close indeed between those two as well. It's been interesting battles all race as he goes through. Oh, there's a bit of contact, but I think he's backed out a bit there. It's very, very, very close. So I think Boring Shut It is under a bit of pressure at the moment. But again, Boring Shut It's not doing too bad in this race. It is not that long that he's getting some very good points actually, better than the last few races. I don't think he did too well in Britain, but I think out there to redeem himself, I think, as Team Vodka Shot is trying to get an opportunity, trying to squeeze overtake at this straight. It is quite difficult at this corner as he went for... Oh, and MPV0 has retired from this session. I don't know what happened. Let's see what happened with Zero. I'm just seeing what... Oh, he spun and I think he went through the corner. Yep, he's out. So that was a shame from him. But it was not a surprise, really, because he gained a few penalties and he got a drive-through at the start of this race. So what a shame, because he's one of the championship contenders. But hopefully he can redeem himself next race. But it looks like Boring Shutted has gained a position back from Team Vodka Shot as he's switching position. Taipan is not that far behind, actually. So Taipan is actually looking for a mistake from them as well. Apex and Smithson 0.43 seconds adrift. So not that far at all, actually. So this could be very, very close indeed between those. And also, oh, and it looks like we're going to follow the battle, actually, because they're switching positions all the time at this stage. I was hoping for some leading battles in this race, and we are finally getting one here at this Grand Prix. So we're going to follow those two leading men just for the time being, because I know you want to see some leading battles based on the feedback from last week. As Ollie is trying to do some nice defensive work there as well, as Mercedes on the back of Smithson, as a good opportunity. DRS zone to start, finish straight. This could give him a good chance to run it into turn 1. We'll just have to find 0.2 seconds. He's trying to close as Apex gets the advantage, squeezes in, as I think Ollie had to conceive it there a little bit. And on Ollie, I think nearly got the switch back there. And it looks like Apex has got the lead, but I think Ollie is not giving up. He could get the position back. We're just going to follow those quickly. I'm just seeing who gets position. It looks like Apex has got the lead now of this Grand Prix. So, wow, that was quite interesting. And Ollie just got some time penalties. So, yeah, and he got a few time penalties earlier as well. So, if he's taking the lead of this Grand Prix and wants to keep it, he's got to stretch the gap to more than 6 seconds. So, it looks like if it stays like it is, it looks like either the top 3 or top 4 could win this Grand Prix. We'll just have to wait and see. We are now going back to Team Vodka Shot and Boring Shutted. Another great battle emerging. Team Vodka Shot gaining some penalties there. So that's not looking too good from the Haas driver. Haas driver's not doing very well in real life. Hopefully the Haas driver in this league can do well. Waster trying to catch up as Team Vodka Shot almost gained the position from Boring Shutted there, but just missed it there. Apex and Smithson closing up the gap as well. So very interesting battles there as he goes for the start, finish straight, closing up onto the Ferrari as he's trying to close into turn 1. He's doing the same move as what Ollie and Apex done. Can Team Vodka Shot make it stick? Looks like Boring Shutted has gained a position off Team Vodka Shot, so doing very well to defend that there. But I think Team Vodka Shot's not giving up. Some great overtaking moves from both of them. Again, very close. Oh, and Team Vodka Shot went a bit wide, but he's aiming to recover it a little bit there as he's still on the back of Boring Shutted. So again, very, very good. Oh, this is proving to be some close battles in this race.
Yeah, a lot of battles going on everywhere. You've got the battle for the lead with Apex and Smithson. You've got this battle in the midfield with Boring Shutted and Vodka Shot, and then sort of the battle for last with Jamie and Tapan and Fluffy Pillow, and also Franglish a bit earlier on. But Vodka Shot seems to be the man who wants to try and get past this Ferrari, and he's looking on the inside now. They're in sector 3, and you know the Haas is thinking, that's it, this is my time. And oh, he's running to the back of him, and there's damage. The Ferrari's had to spin through turn 13, but there's damage on the front of that Haas. The Ferrari of Boring Shutted's diving it in, along with the Haas of Team Vodka Shot. He wants to get that front wing fixed, but Apex is stretching out that lead to Smithson. So maybe Apex is on the right strategy here. Obviously, we don't know if people are going to have to pit again. However, the Ferrari has decided to, and so has the Haas. But this battle for pretty much P11, I was going to say, with the McLaren Tapan, Jamie and Fluffy Pillow is a potential one to look out for, as Boring Shutted and Team Vodka Shot, where they're coming out of the pit, will be joining in this battle. Obviously on fresher tyres as well, so they've got a couple of guys to get past in order to get back into the points, especially Boring Shut It. He's got Fluffy Pillow just in front of him. Jamie's only a little bit there, and then the McLarens, you know, you can see them all there in a nice little camera angle. So I think Boring Shut It is the man to ride on board with at the minute. Watching him sort of just get through all these cars, but will he be able to? He's already on the back of this Sauber of Fluffy Pillow, and they've only just started. So his Team Vodka Shot has retired from the session. He's got more front wing damage, and I think that for him, that's just game done. You know, he's sort of given up today. Both of the Hasses of Team Vodka Shot and Zero, but Smithson's in. So Smithson on the softs has decided to dive in on lap 25, so he's made a bold call there. However, back on board with the Ferrari, all looking on the outside actually of the Sauber, nearly a bit of contact. Now he's got the inside. Nice little move from the Ferrari. He's got the move done into P11. Still not on the points just yet, but Jamie is just a little bit up the road. So he's going to be pushing on this brand new fresh set of tyres, and we expect him to close quite rapidly. Smithson's out of the pit and is in P5. Don't think Oasis is close enough on the set of mediums. However, Smithson's on a set of super softs along with Herschel, who's a little bit up the road, but I don't expect Herschel to have to pit again. Franglish has decided to dive in, and I believe this could put him last, or maybe still P12. It depends if Verstappen can gain to him. But going into turn 1, Jamie, Boring Shut It and Fluffy Pillow all within a tenth of each other. This is the battle at the minute. Obviously not for many points up for grabs. However, you know, an extra point can matter so much, which I think not many people really understand when it comes to a battle for the championship, is that 1 point, you know, could really change it. Especially for someone like Jamie, he does like to get these couple of points. It's something that he's always said about. You know, he may not be getting the highest of points, however, he is getting a couple of them just to add to his tallies. But he's run a little bit wide there and got a bit of dirt on his tyres, which could cost him through Sector 2 and in the start of Sector 3 in a minute. We have obviously know the Ferrari pitting, so he's on this fresh set of tyres and he's going to have a lot of pace. And he's probably going to feel like he's being held up behind the Red Bull, but he hasn't found a way past yet. However, I expect onto the start-finish straight is where we will see it with DRS and Slipstream. That is where this Ferrari will come alive, and we will see him potentially go for the move on the Red Bull. Obviously, nothing is given. It's all about the exit here. Jamie's got a good exit. However, so does the Ferrari. He's going to just sit behind him, try and use the Slipstream. He's going to get that DRS. He's getting ever so close to him. He's going to look on the inside. It's all about late on the brakes. The Ferrari's on the inside. The Red Bull's just on the outside there. However, Jamie, he's still there. He's not giving up. However, the Ferrari on that fresh set of tyres has just got so much more grip. But the Red Bull, a little bit of contact between the two. He was still trying to keep it on the inside, but a little bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. However, Boring Shot It has got the move done on lap number 26. So we've got 9 laps to go. Boring Shut It up into P9, and it's not that far to the McLaren in front. However, there's been so many penalties in this race that this whole grid could change by the time they all cross the line.
We'll have to find out and see what happens with these penalties actually, because it could play difference to the championship, and I think some of them could be actually playing as well as for driver championship points. They want to do well in the constructors as well, so even if they are not fighting well for the championship, they want to make sure their team does well in the constructors. So I think the Ferrari wants to do well to make sure they get... Oh, Verstappen's gone! Right, I'm just seeing where he is. He's bottled it. He is crashed into the barrier and he's out. So what a really good start from him. Good qualifying, but I think he just bottled it there. So that was a bit of a shame from Verstappen. Very, very good race from him. And then he just went into the few corners and just lost. So what a shame. So far, 3 retirees of Verstappen, Team Vodka Shot and MP30. So what a shame between those 3 drivers. But already things are hotting up for the rest of the fields. The only battle which is close at the moment is Taipan, Boring Shut It and Jamie. Those are the ones we are watching out for at this moment. Also, Ollie is closing up on Herschel as well, as Ollie wants to try and gain some track position. Was it the right call to go onto the pits now? Because Ollie is not sure whether the other top 4 will be pitting or will they be staying out. I won't be surprised if a few of them will be staying out, but the grip might be a bit too hard on them, so they've got to be careful on that. So that could be a good chance for Ollie to gain some positions there. So that is looking good for McLaren in the constructors. If Ollie's in 5th and Taipan's in 8th, but Ollie could gain some more position actually. Oh, it's a yellow flag in set.
Apex is out. The
Oh!
race leaders round.
Oh,
The Mercedes of Apex. Sector 1, turn 2 this is. He's completely spun the car and he's lost that front left. So the race leader is out of the session. This is promoted finish player into the race lead. KJ Gamer to 2nd. Herschel into 3rd. And now Smithson's into 4th. But the race leader having a moment here on lap 28.
And he was
I feel like Smithson's probably made the right call.
Yeah, he has made the right call. What a shame for Apex.
That was the grip, probably.
Yeah, what a shame for Apex. He had a really good start, very good strategy call, very good tyre management. Again, I think he lost control, just like Verstappen did. So what a shame for Apex, as he was looking to score some valuable points for the championship. So I'm hoping he does well at the next time out, which I do believe is Belgium. That's when the next race is. So hopefully he can do better this time. But I think Finish Player wasn't expecting to be up in the lead at this race at the moment. He wasn't expecting this at all. So I think his confidence levels are through the roof. His heart pumping. But I think he's not getting complacent. He's got to concentrate and get focused in order to make sure he can increase the gap and get to the lead of this race. But I think he's only made one stop. Will these soft tyres last till the end of the race? We've got 6 laps left to go. It is all to play for. We'll have to wait and see. I won't be surprised if they want to stretch it out for a bit longer. So maybe Ollie may not have made the right call. But again, Ollie is getting some more points than he did the last few races. So again, that would still been a very good race from him if he stays positioned as he is. Oasis doing not too bad in this race either, gaining up some positions based on the retirees, so actually not too bad. So due to the fact there's 11 runners, only one person out of the finishers will not be scoring points. So it looks like most people could be scoring points this race. So that'll be good for them. And Mr. Consistent Jamie could be on to score some more points for this race, which will help him in the midfield battle. So it's looking good for Jamie at the moment, as he is in P9. As KJ Gamer is 2.8 seconds adrift of Finish Player. So I think he needs to make at least a few seconds in the last 5 laps in order to gain positions. It will be great to see a last few lap battle between the top 2. It will be interesting. Herschel doing surprisingly well in the Renault as well. His strategy was working out quite well in this race as well. So just goes to show, with some strategies working out really, really good for that Renault driver. So the one Renault driver's retired, but one Renault driver's doing very well. So yes, that's looking very, very good. And we're just following Taipan and Hayden as Hayden tries to squeeze into Taipan, and a bit of contact from the both of them as he squeezed into the RS zone. Oh, and Hayden went a bit wide there as we go into this turn there. So that was a bit of a shame there. But it looks like Hayden is gaining some trap position, but they're not that far. But as you can see, Boring Shutter is not that far behind them. So this could be another battle to follow. So some more chances will be coming up in a minute to get some more overtaking opportunities. There's another straight as well. It would be interesting. It looks like they'll be staying out, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yes, Tapen's doing brilliant this race, gaining some points for the constructors, so that will be good for him. And yes, proving up to be a good last few laps of this Grand Prix. And on Fluffy Pillow just gained a time penalty, 3 seconds. A lot of people gaining time penalties this race, so it looks like the order you see on your screen might not be the order that you see in the final results. But we'll have to wait and see. But you never know, there might be some stewards inquiries at the end of the race. So again, the order might change after that as well.
Yeah, we've actually got front wing damage for Smithson, the man in P4, which is why he's now 6.2 seconds away from Herschel. Ooh. He's got damage on that front left, and around the track where you need downforce, missing your front wing is affecting him, it's affecting him massively. As you see, he's lost 6 seconds to Herschel. Oasis is 3 seconds behind him now, and due to the penalty Smithson's has, this could really cost him with the championship. Obviously, Zero, championship leader, is currently out, and obviously Haas being the constructors, so a lot of changes I feel like are going to be happening. But as it stands, KJ Gamer will be the championship leader after today, where he is. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 as the McLaren of Taipan, the guy in the McLaren who was on for a good result here.
He's went a bit
spun
wide.
out, and the Franglish has just tried to squeeze past him, which he's managed to do.
Jamie just
I mean,
missed
he's now
it
down
there.
to P9.
Jamie just missed it there. He was trying to make sure that he stayed out of the battle, but I think he did. So good recovery from Jamie at the moment. So I think Chapin has dropped down a few places, but that gives a Ferrari and Hayden and Oasis gaining a few positions as well. Franglish not doing too bad at the moment. Sauber's got to try and 15.1 seconds adrift. So it looks like the Sauber's not going to get some points today, but it looking like he will finish. That will be good for him. Jamie's trying to close onto Taipan, and because of the mistake that Taipan has made, this could be a chance for Jamie to squeeze past into Taipan, but not opportunity at the moment. Oh, and Boeing shut it. Hayden, I think, is trying to gain position as Boeing shut it gains. Oh, and what happened to the Williams?
Oh,
look,
Hayden spun out, clipped the wall, and he's got damage.
I think he's damaged to his bit of his front wing. Yeah, he's lost a bit of his front wing and a bit of his rear wing as well. I think it's mainly his rear. So that was a bit of a shame. So it was proving to be a very interesting battle, but he just lost it. It's not looking good for the Williams driver. But again, one Williams driver is doing very well, closing in quite rapidly. It was 1.9 seconds adrift at the moment. So he could, if he sets fastest laps, he could try and close up to finish player. But finish player again are doing very well. I forgot how many wins he's got so far, but he has won once this season, finish player, and so has KJ Gamer. So they want to capitalise that and add another win to their title. As Ollie and Oasis are trying to battle at this moment, it looks like Ollie has lost a position as Oasis tries to squeeze on the outside, as Oasis has gained a position up into P4. But it's not ending as Ollie's get another chance to dive around, and he is not giving up there as he's trying to stay back a bit because, and another DRS straight as he tries to go past, and it looks like he's got to make his stick and stay where he is. He's using a bit of time, but I'm actually quite surprised that he's actually doing some overtakes like that, considering the fact he's got a bit of damage. So fair play to Ollie. He's doing really well trying to cope with his damage there. And we've got Franglish gaining position due to the fact Hayden has lost some time due to his damage there. As Smithson has losing a bit of time now due to the fact of his damage. But I think he'll gain a little bit of time coming up. So we're in the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix then. Would finish player 1.3 seconds clear of KJ Gamer. So that is very, very good from him. KJ Gamer is looking comfortable in second place, 12.2 seconds. Herschel is looking comfortable in fourth as well. So the top four is looking like to be much the same, depending on any penalties, of course. I'm just seeing another battle we've got is Hayden and Taipan. Taipan already involved in a lot of battles at this stage. That's looking like to be the only close battles at this moment in time. As Jamie's decided to join the party, but it looks like he's a bit further down to reach that, so a bit of a shame from that at this moment. But Jamie looking to score points again, like he did last time round. So Mr. Consistent Boy is at it again. I don't want to jinx or anything, but yes, he will be happy that he's gaining some points in this race, because even if he only scored 1 point, it makes all the difference, especially in the midfield. But obviously, if you're in the leading pack of this championship, you've got to score as many points as you can. So we're up into the final lap, almost to the final lap of this Grand Prix, as we've got KJ Gamer closing up quite closely up to finish player. Can he make up in time before the end of this lap? We'll just have to wait and see. Josh, your thoughts?
Yeah, I've actually just been keeping an eye on Smithson at the minute. And McLaren, he's just just lost the position of P5 to the other Ferrari of Boring, shut it into turn 10. Smithson, with that front wing damage, just struggling so much in sector 2, ran out wide, and that just allowed the Ferrari just to get by nice and smoothly as they have just started their final lap of the race. But finish player, the man who currently is going to grab the race win. KJ Gamer's a little bit behind. He was gaining, but it does seem now that he hasn't got much left to give. They are both pretty much running on fumes at the minute, but a good race from Finish Play. He sort of got the strategy just perfect and kept it nice and clean. But, you know, certain events have helped him out to get here. However, he's grabbing this win, you know, his second of the season. Potentially, you know, there's still a couple of corners to go. We don't want to jinx anything. But he's got 2 corners to try and manage it home. You know, bring that car home for Force India. Get some good points on the board for constructors to help them try and close down to McLaren and even Williams. Obviously, they're probably going to be banding away for this whole season. But Finish Player coming across the line and grabbing the win. KJ Gamer grabbing second there. So, you know, both good work from the Force India and the Williams. 2 guys who in Britain actually, obviously KJ Gamer grabbing the win, and Finish Player didn't even finishing, so completely at the opposite end of the spectrum. Herschel grabbing third, great result from the Renault to help out his little championship charge. Oasis coming on P4, Boring Shut at P5, fourth and fifth for Ferrari, so good work there. Smithson nursing the car home in P7, and then we have the other McLaren of Tapan in P8, and then Jamie is going to be coming home in P9. I don't know, I believe Franglish actually up into P5 due to
penalties.
Not having any penalties. So Franglish just in that Toro Rosso, just sort of sneaking up there, the order, just incredibly, due to all the penalties from Oasis and Smithson. So good work from the Toro Rosso. But Jamie coming on P9, Hayden P10, and then we just have the Sauber of Fluffy Pillow. A great name, you know, a good driver, just going to be rounding out the current, losing out on any points, but going to be taking his time here just to sort of wheel it all in. However, the non-finishers of Apex, who was our race leader, followed by Team Vodka Shot and Zero, and I don't know who the other driver was actually who did not finish there.
We'll find out as we go to the final standings. But already Finish Player, I think, wasn't expecting to win this race. I think the battles, what happened, I think caused him to win. So again, it just goes to show you don't be too complacent and never give up, and you could go on for bigger things. So Finish Player is now definitely in a title fight, closing up on KJ Gamer. I do believe KJ Gamer's in the lead, or was it Finish Player? I don't have a clue. Both of them have wins, but Finish Player has more wins than KJ Gamer. But again, KJ Gamer's been more consistent in points. So we'll let you know next week, or when we find out. I think it looks like KJ Gamer will be taking the lead of this championship.
It is KJ Gamer.
Yeah, it is KJ Gamer will be taking the lead. So still looking good. So as you can see, we've got Finish Player 16 in first place, KJ Gamer in second, Herschel in third. It's interesting to see the penalties as well. Franglish in fifth due to the fact everyone else from P6 downwards has gained penalties. So Franglish hasn't scored any penalties, so that is good. And Tapan, Jamie, Hayden and Fluffy completing the top 10. We couldn't see who retired because the rest of them have left the session. So, yeah, we'll have to look for that later. So, that was a very, very good race, I think. Driver of the day has got to be Finish Player. He's kept his cool, had some very, very good battles. And I think he did a very good job making sure he was clean. And also Franglish did very well to stay out of penalties as well. So again, he did very well. And also the Renault of Herschel has some good strategy calls as well. So that just goes to show how good that is. So we'd like to say thank you very much for joining us on this Hungaroring Grand Prix. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you join us next week in Belgium. I think it's next week. Hopefully KJ Gamer and Fluffy Pillow will capitalise on their great success this week and last week. So I have been Jess and Josh. Would you like to say a few words before we head off?
Oh, I would love to. Just, yeah, what a great race that was. And we're pretty much at the midway point of the season. There's 15 rounds here and, you know, we're currently at round 7. So there is no official midway point. But between now and Belgium, this is our midway point of the season. And it's been one hell of a good first half. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Sadly, I do miss out on 2 races because I'm actually going away on holiday. So I will be missing out 2 of them there. But I'm sure the racing will still be good. And I've got a lot to look forward to when I get back from on holiday. But it's been one hell of a race with a lot of changes in the championship and the actual race itself. With obviously Apex crashing out in turn 2 on only about 8-ish laps to go.
Yes, thank you very much. So we'll see you next week in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix in F2. I've been Jess, and he's been Josh, and we'll see you next week. Until then, have a good evening, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye. Good job. It's hot. It's boiling. I'm seeing if my stream's still on. She didn't lag at all, so it'll probably be the first one that we didn't have any technical difficulties. That'll be a first. Well, the second stream in a row that I haven't had any, but the first stream. Why is it not letting me into the stream? Don't worry, I've still got the titles on it.